Hello, my name is Michael Nunley, and this is the Gospel of Comics show on my IDIC Comics show. It's infinite diversity through infinite comics. The idea of the Gospel of Comics is to talk about how the industry, specifically of independent comics, but also as comics as a whole, how they can be lifted up to greater heights. And to that purpose, on this particular channel, we have a couple of shows that we're going to be doing like that. One dealing with for creators and readers alike, but what goes into making an actual comic. Then I'm gonna have guests on that are gonna talk about their particular aspects with colors and writing and even a guy from the printing press that does my comics is gonna come in and do a video. But the idea is that if we're all working together, if we see ourselves not yes, we are individuals, but we are individuals that are part of a greater whole. When you're talking about getting people to read comics that are not just Marvel and DC, then you're talking independent comics. But even in independent comics, there are really big ones, like Image and IDW and Dark Horse and Valiant. These are huge companies now. But there's smaller independent creators like us, and we are the ones that really, really have to stick together. If we can read each other's books, if we can recommend each other's books, then other readers are more likely to read our books. If I recommend my friend Mike DaCosta's book, and he recommends my book, then that cross-promotion lets each of our fan bases know about the other. That cross-promotion, that fan base connection there, helps other independent comic creators to get read, because they go, oh, well, this guy was pretty good, this guy was pretty good, I think I'm going to check out another of these smaller indie creators. And that's how that works. The other part of this this theory of the Gospel of Comics I'm talking about is among readers too. And in that, we're talking about how to get people enthusiastic about the medium of comics in general. Granted, I want to support independent comics, and I want to try to do something with that. But we are still talking about comics in general. It is a great medium for reading. You can do things in a comic that you can't do in a novel. You can do things in a comic that you can't do in a movie. It is simply one of the better mediums for storytelling, in my opinion. And clearly, there are millions out there who buy comics every single Wednesday that will tell you they agree. I just want to share this love and enthusiasm. And I think it would be great for independent comic creators like myself and others to share that enthusiasm with each other. Go out, read each other's books, recommend each other's books if they're good. Get people interested in comics. Every time we put a drop in that bucket, the water rises a little bit for everybody. I want us independent small-time creators and publishers to kind of rise up in the pool of things, and I think that we can do that through working together. And that's a lot of my point here. There is a symbiosis in our relationship that I think is being overlooked. It's not necessarily just about selling our books, although that's clearly a big goal. But anytime we make indie comics a greater medium for everyone, the better. And that's what I want to do here. Hopefully that sounds good to you. If it does, then check back with us here next Wednesday for our very next episode. We're going to get into talking about sharing comics and what type of things go into making good recommendations, and that type of thing. So if you like it, please let us know in the comments there. Feel free to share, or to let us know anything you want, and we'll see what we can do. Live long and prosper. Infinite diversity through infinite comics. Kapla.